All right, today we're cracking the code on a wealth building strategy that's been hiding in plain sight for like forever. We're going to demystify how you can literally get paid for doing, well, nothing.
You know, it all starts with something you might have already noticed. You see your neighbor's car on the driveway every single Friday. He's not laid off, he's not grinding away on some new side hustle, he's just home. But he seems to be doing just fine, maybe even better than ever. It's like he found some kind of cheat code to life, right? And that really makes you think, doesn't it? It leads to the big question for the rest of us. How do we get off this hamster wheel? You know, that endless cycle of trading our time for a paycheck that just seems to disappear. How do we stop selling our lives 1 hour at a time?
Well, here's the thing. The secret isn't some crazy new crypto coin or some slick guru's $1,000 course. Nope, it's something way older, way more reliable, and honestly, kind of boring. It's called dividends, and it is how you start to own your own time again.
Okay, so first things first, how does this whole thing actually work? Let's break down these super simple mechanics of how just owning a piece of a company puts actual cash right into your pocket. Look, at its heart, a dividend couldn't be simpler. When a big public company makes a profit, it has a choice. It can keep all that money, or it can share a piece of it with the people who actually own the company. That's you, the shareholder. That little payment, that's a dividend. You're getting your slice of the pie just for being an owner.
Now, not every company does this. You've got your young, flashy growth companies, you know, the hot tech stocks that pour every single penny back into growing bigger, faster. But then you have the big, mature, established companies. We're talking about the folks who make your toothpaste, your coffee, your laundry detergent. They've already won their markets, they're cash-making machines, and they have so much extra profit that they share it with you. And this, right here, is the most important part. It is a complete and total mindset shift. You stop thinking like an employee who has to show up and work for every single dollar, and you start thinking like an owner, where your money goes out and starts working for you. And the math? It's refreshingly, wonderfully simple. Let's say you invest $5,000 and buy 100 shares of a stock. Now, if that company pays a $1 dividend per share every quarter, you get $100 deposited right into your account. Every 3 months. That's $400 a year that just shows up. And you didn't have to lift a finger or sell a single share to get it. Okay, now here's the part that freaks everybody out at first. And I mean everybody. The day the dividend gets paid, you'll see the stock price drop by pretty much the exact amount of that dividend. And it's so easy to see that and think, whoa, wait a second, did I just lose money?
But you didn't. You didn't lose a thing. Just think of it this way. The company literally moved $1 per share from its corporate bank account into your bank account. The total value of your position is exactly the same. The money's just in your pocket now, not theirs. It's not a loss, it's payday.
So, getting paid is great. We love that. But the real magic, the part that turns this from a nice little bonus into a serious wealth-building machine, is what you do next. This is how these small payments can turn into an absolute avalanche.
I want you to meet your new best friend. It's called DRIP. It stands for Dividend Reinvestment Plan, and pretty much every brokerage has one. It's an automated feature where, instead of taking that dividend cash, you just tell it to automatically buy you more shares of that same exact stock, usually with zero commission fees. And this is where that little snowball starts to roll downhill. You start with 100 shares. They pay you a dividend, which automatically buys you, say, 2 more shares. So now you have 102 shares. The next quarter, those 102 shares pay you a slightly bigger dividend, which buys you even more shares. It feels slow at first, for sure, but after 10, 15, 20 years, that snowball is an unstoppable avalanche of wealth.
What you're doing is putting compound growth on steroids. You're no longer just earning a return on the money you first put in. You're now earning a return on your returns. And that, my friends, is how you fundamentally shift your thinking from scarcity to true abundance.
But hang on, it's not all just a smooth ride to riches. There are definitely traps out there specifically designed to lure in beginners. So let's talk about how to spot the red flags and make sure you're investing safely.
So you're online, you're looking around, and you see a stock with a huge dividend yield, like 12%. And your eyes light up. You think, I found it. This is the cheat code. No, you haven't. What you've probably found is a dumpster fire. See, an unusually high yield is almost always a huge warning sign that the company's in trouble and the stock price is tanked. That dividend probably isn't going to last long. So here are 2 super simple safety checks you can use. First, look for a sustainable yield. The boring but beautiful sweet spot is usually between 2 and 5%. Second, check something called the payout ratio. That's just the percentage of its profits a company is paying out. You really want to see that number somewhere between 30 and 60%. I mean, just look at the difference here. A company with a 45% payout ratio has a massive financial cushion. If they have a bad year, it's no big deal for your dividend. But a company with a 90% payout ratio, they're walking a tightrope with no safety net. One tiny misstep, and that dividend you were counting on, poof, it's gone. All right, let's bring it home with the single, smartest, safest, easiest way to get started with all of this. It's not about trying to find that one perfect stock. In fact, it's about not having to. Think about it like this. Picking individual stocks is like betting all of your money on just pepperoni pizza. I mean, we all love pepperoni, but if that one company has a problem, you lose everything. A dividend ETF, though, that's like buying the whole pizza. You get a piece of the pepperoni, the supreme, the veggie, all of it. You own a tiny piece of hundreds of companies. If one of them fails, you barely even feel it.
And if you want the absolute gold standard, look for funds that track the dividend aristocrats. These are the Navy SEALs of the financial world. We're talking about companies that have not only paid a dividend, but have increased it every single year for over 25 years in a row. Through recessions, wars, pandemics, it doesn't matter. They've proven they will pay you.
So, that brings us right back to the one question this is all about. It's a fundamental choice you have to make about your own future. Are you going to keep working for your money, or are you finally ready to make your money start working for you?